Welcome to today's Explainer. Let's jump right into this. If you're building a business, your time is literally your most valuable resource, right? So we are looking at a highly actionable system specifically designed for you, the entrepreneur. We need to start treating books just like business assets. Today, we're unpacking exactly how to do that by building a bulletproof reading habit. Here is our game plan. We're breaking this down into 5 core areas. First, the 3 essential book types. Second, the reader-writer connection. Third, setting smart reading goals. Fourth, the dual reading strategy for growth. And finally, designing your reading environment. Let's get to it. Starting with part 1, 3 essential book types. We've got to categorize our intellectual inventory. First up, we need to categorize our reading assets. We're starting with fiction. Now, fiction functions strictly as the baseline for your personal taste and enjoyment. It's there purely for you, driven entirely by what you actually like to read. Nonfiction, on the other hand, that comes with a completely different mandate. This is about pure education. It's where you go to expand your foundational knowledge and grab hold of those broader concepts that are absolutely essential for your business. And then there is academic reading. This provides that really dense, industry compact knowledge. For an entrepreneur, this type of reading is literally your ultimate competitive edge. It gives you the deep technical insights that, let's be honest, your competitors are probably going to skip right over. Moving to part 2, the reader-writer connection. Let's talk about establishing your engagement metrics. The way you actually connect with an author completely changes based on the book type. For fiction, the writer has to meet you halfway. It's a true 50-50 split of effort. You show up to read, sure, but they have to do the heavy lifting of actively engaging your imagination. Because of that, the absolutely crucial point here is what we call the strict 20-page rule. When you're reading fiction, give the writer exactly 20 pages to impress you. That's it. If they don't capture your interest by page 20, abandon the book without an ounce of guilt. Remember, it's about your personal taste, and if they aren't meeting you halfway, your time is way better spent somewhere else. With nonfiction, that connection totally shifts. Because the goal is to educate you, you must actively meet the author at exactly 50% to extract that educational value. You've got to bring your own intense focus and commitment to match the author's delivery of the information. But for academic texts, the dynamic is entirely surgical. You are meeting the material completely on your own terms. The author isn't trying to entertain you, they're just presenting cold, hard facts. Therefore, you strictly read only the sections necessary for your specific needs. Don't read it cover to cover if you don't need to. Just extract exactly what your business requires. All right, part 3, setting smart reading goals. We're shifting from vanity metrics to actual operational KPIs. Look, as entrepreneurs, we absolutely love goals, but we so often set the wrong ones when it comes to reading. We need to drop those long-term vanity metrics. Saying things like, I'm going to read 50 books this year. Honestly, that just breeds burnout. Instead, embrace a short-term, actionable KPI of exactly 10 pages per day. It's a micro-commitment, but it guarantees consistent daily execution without burning you out. On to part 4, dual reading for growth. Let's look at the 2-book execution strategy. Here is the strategy. You must always read exactly 2 books simultaneously. You balance a fiction book to satisfy your personal taste right alongside a nonfiction book dedicated to your continuous growth. By bouncing between the 2, you keep your brain fully engaged. When you're just too tired for intense nonfiction growth, you switch over to fiction for taste. This ensures you never actually stop the reading habit. Finally, part 5, designing your reading environment. This is about building out your physical and emotional infrastructure. Getting your mental setup right requires 3 exact steps. Step 1, lock in your identity as a reader. Cultivate it. Remind yourself that this is simply who you are. Step 2, keep your reading materials somewhere highly visible so you are constantly prompted to pick them up. And step 3, strictly establish a dedicated reading hour in your schedule. Treat it like a completely non-negotiable meeting with yourself. Now, your physical workspace needs some exact specifications. You want to arrange your book rack purposefully. Create a warm, somewhat cloudy setup to really dial in your focus. And specifically utilize a yellow side light. That specific lighting cues your brain to settle in and concentrate, totally avoiding any harsh glare. And here is a fantastic, kind of eccentric detail specifically for high performers. Use a sofa where you cannot easily keep or rest your hand. This forces you to hold the book actively and ensures you remain physically engaged and alert. Remember, You're reading to grow, not to take a nap. Finally, you want to anchor this entire system by keeping a little action figure in your space. Now, that might sound playful, but it actually serves as a powerful emotional bond directly tied to your reading habit. It makes the space yours and gives it real character and emotional weight. So, as you look at your own daily routines, I want to leave you with this question. Which specific part of your reading system are you going to optimize today to build your competitive edge? Is it your inventory, your goals, or your physical workspace? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I highly challenge you to make just one of these upgrades right now. Catch you next time.